Welcome to Bible in a Year with Scott Purcell. I'm so glad you're joining me. This is a daily reading of portions of the Bible, following a plan that will include the entire Bible in a year. And now, let's open the book and begin our readings. This is the reading for day 12. If your reading is aligned with the calendar year, this is for January 12th. The Old Testament reading is from Genesis 25 and Genesis 26. Genesis 25. Now Abraham again took a wife, and her name was Keturah, and she bore to him Zimram, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. And Jokshan fathered Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Asherim, and Letushim, and Leuamin. And the sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. And Abraham gave all he had to Isaac. But to the sons of Abraham's concubines Abraham gave gifts. And while he was still living, he sent them away eastward, away from his son Isaac, to the land of the east. Now these are the days of the years of the life of Abraham, 175 years. And Abraham passed away and died in a good old age, old and full of years, and he was gathered to his people. And Isaac and Ishmael his sons buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, son of Zohar the Hittite, that was east of Mamre, the field that Abraham had bought from the Hittites. There Abraham was buried, and Sarah his wife. And it happened that, after the death of Abraham, God blessed Isaac his son, and Isaac settled at Beer-lahai-roi. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, the son of Abraham, that Hagar the Egyptian, the female slave of Sarah, born to Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names according to their family records. The firstborn of Ishmael was Nebaioth, then Kedar, Abdil, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedemah. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their villages and by their encampments, 12 leaders according to their tribes. Now these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he passed away and died and was gathered to his people. They settled from Havilah to Shur, which was opposite Egypt, going toward Assyria. He settled opposite all his brothers. Now these are the generations of Isaac, the son of Abraham. Abraham fathered Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean of Paddan Aram, the sister of Laban the Aramean, as his wife. And Isaac prayed to Yahweh on behalf of his wife, for she was barren. And Yahweh responded to his prayer, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children in her womb jostled each other. And she said, "If it is going to be like this, why be pregnant?" And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yahweh said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples from birth shall be divided. And one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to give birth were completed, then, behold, twins were in her womb. And the first came out red. All his body was like a hairy coat, so they called his name Esau. And afterward his brother came out, and his hand grasped the heel of Esau, so his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old at their birth. And the boys grew up, and Esau was a skilled hunter, a man of the field. But Jacob was a peaceful man, living in tents. And Isaac loved Esau, because he could eat of his game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Once Jacob cooked a thick stew, and Esau came in from the field, and he was exhausted. And Esau said to Jacob, "Give me some of that red stuff to gulp down, for I am exhausted." Therefore his name was called Edom. Then Jacob said, "Sell me your birthright first." And Esau said, "Look, I'm going to die. Now what is this birthright to me?" Then Jacob said, "Swear to me first." And he swore to him, and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and thick lentil stew, and he ate and drank. Then he got up and went away. So Esau despised his birthright. Genesis 26. And there was a famine in the land, besides the former famine which was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Abimelech king of the Philistines to Gerar. And Yahweh appeared to him and said, "Do not go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land which I will show to you. Dwell as an alien in this land, and I will be with you and will bless you, for I will give all these lands to you and to your descendants. And I will establish the oath that I swore to Abraham your father. And I will multiply your descendants like the stars of heaven. And I will give to your descendants all these lands. And all nations of the earth will be blessed through your offspring, because Abraham listened to my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws." So Isaac settled in Gerar. When the men of the place asked concerning his wife, he said, "She is my sister," for he was afraid to say, "my wife," thinking, "The men of the place will kill me on account of Rebekah, for she was beautiful." And it happened that, when he had been there a long time, Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, looked through the window and saw, behold, Isaac was fondling Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, "Surely she is your wife. Now why did you say, 'She is my sister'?" And Isaac said to him, "Because I thought I would die on account of her." And Abimelech said, "What is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have slept with your wife. Then you would have brought guilt upon us." Then Abimelech instructed all the people, saying, "The one who touches this man or his wife shall certainly die." And Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in that same year 100-fold, and Yahweh blessed him. And the man became wealthier and wealthier until he was exceedingly wealthy. And he possessed sheep and cattle and many servants, so that the Philistines envied him. And the Philistines stopped up all the wells that the servants of his father had dug in the days of Abraham his father. They filled them with earth. And Abimelech said to Isaac, "Go away from us, for you have become much too powerful for us." So Isaac departed from there, and camped in the valley of Gerar, and settled there. And Isaac dug again the wells of water which they had dug in the days of his father Abraham, which the Philistines had stopped up after the death of Abraham, and he gave to them the same names which his father had given them. And when the servants of Isaac dug in the valley, they found a well of fresh water there. Then the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with the herdsmen of Isaac, saying, "This water is ours." And he called the name of the well Esek, because they contended with him. And they dug another well, and they quarreled over it also, and he called its name Sitnah. Then he moved from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over it, and he called its name Rehoboth, and said, "Now Yahweh has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land." And from there he went up to Beersheba. And Yahweh appeared to him that night and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I am with you, and I will bless you and make your descendants numerous for the sake of my servant Abraham." And he built an altar there and called on the name of Yahweh. And he pitched his tent there, and the servants of Isaac dug a well there. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar with Ahuzath his friend and Phicol his army commander. And Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me? You hate me and sent me away from you." And they said, "We see clearly that Yahweh has been with you. So we thought, let there be an oath between us and you, and let us make a covenant with you, that you may not do us harm, just as we have not touched you, but have only done good to you, and sent you away in peace. You are now blessed by Yahweh." So he made a meal for them, and they ate and drank. And they arose early in the morning, and each one swore to the other, and Isaac sent them away, and they left him in peace. And it happened that, on the same day, the servants of Isaac came and told him about the well that they had dug. And they said, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And when Esau was 40 years old, he took as wife Judith, daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Basemath, daughter of Elon the Hittite, and they made life bitter for Isaac and Rebekah. The New Testament reading is from Matthew 10, verses 1 through 31. And summoning his 12 disciples, he gave them authority over unclean spirits, so that they could expel them, and could heal every disease and every sickness. Now these are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas, and Matthew the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, the one who also betrayed him. Jesus sent out these 12, instructing them, saying, Do not go on the road to the Gentiles, and do not enter into a city of the Samaritans, but go instead to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you are going, preach, saying, The kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal those who are sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, expel demons. Freely you have received, freely give. Do not procure gold or silver or copper for your belts. Do not take a traveler's bag for the road, or 2 tunics, or sandals, or a staff, for the worker is deserving of his provisions. And into whatever town or village you enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and stay there until you depart. And when you enter into the house, greet it. And if the house is worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whoever does not welcome you or listen to your words, shake off the dust from your feet as you are going out of that house or that town. Truly I say to you, it will be more bearable for the region of Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than for that town. Behold, I am sending you out like sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore, be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. But beware of people, because they will hand you over to councils, and they will flog you in their synagogues. And you will be brought before both governors and kings because of me, for a witness to them and to the Gentiles. But whenever they hand you over, do not be anxious how to speak or what you should say, for what you should say will be given to you at that hour. For you are not the ones who are speaking, but the Spirit of your Father who is speaking through you. And brother will hand over brother to death, and a father his children. And children will rise up against parents and have them put to death. And you will be hated by everyone because of my name. But the one who endures to the end, this one will be saved. And whenever they persecute you in this town, flee to another. For truly I say to you, you will never finish going through the towns of Israel until the Son of Man comes. A disciple is not superior to his teacher, nor a slave superior to his master. It is enough for the disciple that he become like his teacher, and the slave like his master. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebul, how much more the members of his household? Therefore do not be afraid of them, because nothing is hidden that will not be revealed, and nothing secret that will not become known. What I say to you in the dark, tell in the light, and what you hear in your ear, proclaim on the housetops. And do not be afraid of those who kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But instead, be afraid of the one who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? And one of them will not fall to the ground without the knowledge and consent of your Father. And even the hairs of your head are all numbered. Therefore, do not be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. The wisdom literature reading is from Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20 through 33. Wisdom calls out in the streets. In the squares she raises her voice. On a busy corner she cries out. At the entrance of the gates in the city she speaks her sayings. How long, O simple ones, will you love simplicity? And how long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? May you turn to my argument. Behold, I shall pour out my Spirit upon you. I will make my words known to you, because I called out and you refused me. I stretched out my hand, yet there is none who heeds. You have ignored all my counsel, and my reproof you are not willing to accept. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when panic comes upon you. When your panic comes like a storm and your calamity arrives like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but not find me. Since they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh, they were not willing to accept my counsel, and they despised all my reproof. They shall eat from the fruit of their way, and they shall be sated from their own schemes, for the waywardness of the simple ones will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. Whoever listens to me will dwell in security, and rest securely from dread and disaster. This concludes the reading for Day 12. Thank you for listening. These daily readings are made possible by your generous support of the Global Outreach Ministry of Scott Purcell. To partner with us and enable this work and others like it, please visit huttobible.com/give and select Go Pastor Support from the fund list. You can also sign up for ministry updates at scott-purcell.epistle.org/subscribe. Both of those links can be found in the podcast description. Thank you for helping us share God's Word.